Hi, this is James with Federal Radio, and this is your new digital radio. I'd like to go over some of the features and buttons on the radio to help get you familiar with how to use this radio properly so you enjoy great service in the future. Next, I'd like to go over some of the buttons and knobs that you'll find on your radio. First, and probably the most obvious, are the P0 through P3 buttons. They are programmable buttons that we'll go over in more detail a little later. The next you'll see are the actual rotary knobs on the top. Now the knob here in the middle is your channel selector. This will go through the different talk groups that you have assigned to your radio. Each radio has different talk groups assigned to it based on your group. The next you'll see is your power on and volume knob. This will turn on your radio, turn off your radio, and adjust the volume to desired listening level. The next set of buttons you'll find are the three side buttons and your push to talk or PTT button. Again, we'll go over these buttons in detail a little later on. Next, I'd like to talk to you about the battery on the radio. The battery should have a full charge for proper operation and best coverage whenever possible. Best battery voltage would be 7.6 to 8.1 volts DC. Next, I would like to talk to you about the antenna. The antenna cannot and must not be used for a handle. This antenna is a measured length that must be kept intact. Using the antenna as a handle could destroy the antenna, ruin your coverage, or possibly even destroy the radio itself. When you first power on your radio will cycle through battery voltage, system name, and then immediately start to register on the talk group you're on. Again, optimal range for your battery will be 7.6 to 8.1 volts DC. Anything less and you want a fresh battery. Now, your radio will show out of range until it's registered. Once registered, you have the ability to use your push to talk button to communicate. When changing channels on the radio, you'll notice that the radio will go out of range for a couple of seconds and then re-register on your new talk group. Every time you change channel, your radio has to go through this process again. It'll go out of range, re-register, and then come back on to your new talk group. Each radio has a set number of talk groups assigned to it. You may have to see your supervisor to find out which channels are assigned to you. You should receive an operator card with a general list of talk groups that are assigned to the zoo. This is a copy of your operator card. You will notice on the right hand side is your channel assignment list. There are two types of channels, trunked and direct. A trunked channel goes through our networked radio system and has a much greater range. A direct channel is a walkie-talkie type channel. These channels are direct radio-to-radio communications for short distances only. All radios will have one channel assigned to them that is a receive-only channel. That is the all-call channel. During an emergency, a supervisor or other responder will transmit an all-call broadcast to all radios, letting you know of each emergency. No matter which channel you are on, you will receive the all-call broadcast. Once your radio is registered on your talk group, you can push and hold the push to talk button to get your channel grant. Once your channel has been granted, you will see a red light on the top of the radio. At this point, you can speak into the microphone just above the LCD of the radio. Speak clearly and a couple inches away from the radio to ensure proper communication. When another radio communicates on your talk group, you'll see their ID number pop up on your screen, and you should also hear audio coming out of the speaker. When traveling between sites at the Smithsonian, your radio will automatically roam to the closest site with the strongest signal. In the event that your radio does not change over, you can use the Force Roam or Roam Request button. This will cause the radio to deregister and then search for the site that has the best signal. With that, within a couple of seconds, you should be able to register onto the new site with your new talk group and communicate again. Each radio is assigned a key lock button. This lock button, once activated, will prevent you from pushing any other buttons, but will still allow you to change channels on your rotary dial. To utilize the key lock feature, simply push and hold the lock button until it toggles the lock on/off. When powering your radio off, it will take a couple of seconds to deregister from the site. This is normal. It may take a few seconds longer. It's okay because it needs to get communication from the site to say that it's been deregistered. Thank you for your time.